I've been playing Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Oh yeah.
It is very, very good. I've been playing it very slowly, as I am one to do. You know, this does remind me of one gripe that I will let you guys respond to before we head out, because I feel like I'm the only person who thinks this.
Yes, probably.
And I might be crazy for it. I have a hot take.
I believe it.
That I think if they're not gonna put an item or a secret area, or some other reward in an area in a game, you shouldn't be able to go there. So
wait, what?
So let me explain. So
I think I already know, but just please confirm it.
Let's say I walk up to a house, right? And let's say this house has a porch spanning left to right, right? There's a front door and there's a porch that goes left and right, that you can ostensibly walk to, right? As a gamer, as me, not as a gamer, as me, I'm going to walk up on the porch and I'm going to go to the left side and I'm going to go all the way back to the right side before I walk into the house. And who knows, I might check the surrounding yard as well. I feel like perhaps an invisible wall, or just maybe don't design the porch, that if there's not, or just put an item at both ends. I don't care. It's if you want me to explore it, let me explore it and give me a reason to explore it. But if you don't want me to explore it, don't let me go there. Just make me go into the house.
So you would rather that it be an invisible wall, a linear tunnel that you have to walk through from point A to point B, unless of course there's somewhere to explore, in which case then it should be a linear tunnel towards an item.
No. Not that there's somewhere to explore. It's that if you're gonna make me explore, give me a reward.
Right. So you want a perfectly straight room, and then if there's a tunnel off to the side, it should have something in it.
But I go into houses in these types of games, right? And there'll be 5 different rooms, and maybe 3 of them have items in them. And I'm
I was going to say, I can see what you're saying if the entire house and yard offered you.
But I waste so much time. I am almost 20 hours in. I'm on chapter 7.
Well, that's a you thing, first of all, but we've acknowledged that last week. I was going to say, if you were viewing the house and the yard, and you went through all of it and came out, and you had no item, you had no lore update, right?
Or
if you went through all of that and said,
give me lore, give me plot.
If you said all of that should have something in it, then I would definitely agree with you, right? On some level, you should have went in there if you can and came out and went, okay, well, there's that, right?
Yeah.
In The Last of Us, you're okay, you'll find some ammo. You'll find
what happens, right? Sorry, you continue. My bad.
No, keep going.
I keep cutting you off, Chris. I'm sorry.
Okay, I made my point.
No, I think you made a perfect point. Your idea, Chris, is that if you're going to create some sort of a point of interest, there should be something interesting about that point of interest.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But on a micro level, there should be
a more micro level. Yeah, micro level.
I'm just imagining. I'm just imagining Leon Kennedy stumbling around on a porch, being like, "Oh, here's some ammo. Oh, here's some ammo. Oh, here's some ammo."
I spent 15 minutes. In front of the church in Resident Evil 4, going in and out of headstones looking for stuff.
That just sounds like you were crazy.
This is grave robbing.
Just don't let me go in between the headstones. Just don't.
Because they allowed you to because they allowed you to traverse the environment that they created. You think that, oh boy, they allowed me to walk into the yard here. There needs to be a reason to go in there. Maybe the reason to go in the yard is just that the yard is there. You don't have to go in the yard. You don't have to choose to go into the yard.
It's a purposefully constructed world.
Yes, and they're trying to make it realistic. You can right now, believe it or not, go into a yard outside. It doesn't mean there's going to be something there.
Yeah, the most realistic video game with zombies and parasites and fucking. Definitely.
I think you're crazy on this one. I think you need to repeat this exact statement to the rest of Crub and just let them all just bask in this moment of
I will.
pure
I will.
Nicoism.
I could just already see the multiple people are typing.
Multiple people are typing. Several people are typing as soon as he gives this one.
Dude,
this is like an actual crazy one.
It's not. How is it crazy? I've spent 20 hours of my life playing this game and searching everything, looking for absolutely all the ammo, and I still miss things, by the way.
Well, then you're bad at it.
I know things, by the way.
I don't know what to tell you then.
No,
you're looking in
give us a more. Just give me a more positive hit rate of things.
You just
give
want
me
like a flashing. Do you want like a flashing sign?
Plus,
maybe some yellow.
I just want like a more plus ratio of things searched to things gotten to things received.
We could have like a yellow paint on everything that you can look go this way if you want something.
I am pro Naughty Dog Yellow, and I will be that way until the end of time. It is a diegetic way. It's a diegetic way of telling me where to go.
I'm in the catastrophic position that I usually find myself in with Nico, where I'm like, I agree on a level, but then Nico's up on this level, and I'm like, man, if you would just come down here, we'd be so with you. But you're like, oh, it's for 20 hours, and I do still missing stuff. I'm just like, how are you spending this long in this game?
That's my hyperbole. Well, okay, part of it, I do die a lot in this. I do die quite a lot in this game. So that's a part of it. But it's also that I check every nook and cranny. If there is a cranny, it's searched. I search it.
Chimbus says, did you buy the treasure map?
Of course I did. Of course I did.
It marks the treasures for you.
No, it marks the treasures. It marks the treasures. It doesn't mark the ammo unless you go up to the ammo. You want
literally every pickup.
Yes, I pick up everything. It's a horror game. You have to.
But no, you want every pickup to be marked somewhere. Or if there's... To be clear, I'm trying to ask you to clarify.
Yeah.
So if there's even so much as a bullet, you want for oh man, okay. So every single place that you can walk into should have a pickup of some sort for you.
Yes.
Every single place. If you aren't walking in that linear A to B, if you are off of the path at all, there should be a pickup for you.
Well, so here's the other thing, right? Even if you have a wide hallway, there should be a pickup on the left or the right. Because I feel like,
oh my god!
Because I can't tell you how many times I've snaked through really wide hallways looking for pickups.
Whoa, that's a crazy one.
Just imagining Leon Kennedy.
You see, Chris, he took it another level higher. You thought he was at Nico level. Oh no, he is at Super Nico level.
Leon fucking Kennedy just bumping off the wall. Like, where the fuck's the fucking bullets?
No, he is literally. I literally I search the nooks and the crannies. Unless you're just gonna give me a plain straight wall that's well lit and I can see everything.
Oh my goodness.
And I know that there's no items there. Otherwise, if they're I've been in hallways where there's cutouts, right? Like a cutout for some, I don't know. You know how hallways have a texture sometimes where it's a this and then it goes into the normal hallway and then another little cutaway.
Sure,
I check every corner, every single one, because if you play okay,
so and every time you don't see something, you are.
I think they shouldn't let me go there, or they should put something there.
He pulls out a notebook. It's another ding against Resident Evil 4, hour 37.
No. I love the game. It's great. This is not
will melt mountains. Yeah, bro.
I know you know this
is the hottest of Nico takes.
These takes will feed generations.
Generally, the idea is you sometimes split off if you're like, I want to change a pace, or I need something, or I want to look over there. Not systematically pulling in the entire.
I'll tell you.
Okay, but somehow he's doing it systematically bad because he says he misses.
Oh, I do miss things. Yeah. Well, but okay. So I realized later on that a lot of the stuff I was missing in this game in particular was meant to be backtracked. That's the other thing. If there's backtracking, they should probably just tell you that up front, because I didn't.
Wait. No. Explain, please.
I was playing the game, and I spent I don't know. I don't know how much time. I don't want to put a time on it because I sincerely like will probably hyperbolize, and I don't know exactly how much time I spent. But it was a more amount of time than most people, most likely. Looking for a treasure that was on my treasure map that I did buy, that was meant to be gotten when you backtracked to that place again. Like
Fair.
I spent a lot of time going through looking. I'm like, where is this thing? Where is it? Or if there's something with like a key, as they have a lot of in that game, I was like, I must have missed this key. I was like, where is this key? And I just went around and I don't know, man.
Okay.
It's,
Well,
yeah.
in that instance, I will say, if on the little treasure map there's like a timer icon or something to be like,
Yeah, a little
not now.
timer icon.
Or maybe
That'd be
Leon
so
is
nice.
like, maybe I should come back here later. Some bullshit PlayStation-esque like
Right.
dialogue,
That would
right?
be
Because-
fine.
I've
something.
learned to read. I've learned to read when he's like, it won't open, right? And I know, okay, that's a locked door, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll come back to this later.
I'm sorry, Nico. Nothing you said was wrong. The sequence of sentences, I learned to understand him. Leon says, I can't get through. I know that's a locked door.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm saying, no, I know that's a locked door, not Leon doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
Oh fuck. Oh, good job, Nico.
Just fucking smoking a pipe. Oh, yeah, I see. The door's locked. Hour 43. Locked door. No bullet.
Well, no, because then they turn around and they put in the game that there are doors that unlock if you kick them 3 times.
Oh,
So, like,
God.
It's like either have a locked door or an unlocked door. Don't give me you just didn't try hard enough. Like,
It does sound like they introduced an in-between state of door, which is locked but openable.
but that's what even made me think about it. I wouldn't have even thought about it if it wasn't for that middle stage of door.
They introduced a third state of matter. Schrodinger's
Yeah.
door.
Schrodinger's
Oh,
door.
boy.
Oh, dude, for real, man. And it's like if there's a court, like, all I'm saying is like, let me draw a picture.
Oh, God. Please do.
This is important.
I
This is
agree.
important, right?
Okay.
So look, if this is the Resident Evil map, right? I'm gonna draw a house. I'm gonna draw a rectangle. We're just using slang here. So now look, right? Let's say this is. I can't draw it on the stream. I'm sorry. So vamp for me for like a second. But like,
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just enjoying the process.
I'm
Okay.
here for it.
okay. So look, right? Like, let's say, you have a house. Okay. I'm putting some circles for items, right?
You're drawing like a top-down floor.
Top-down floor plan,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Now, okay, I'm done. So now look, okay, I'm gonna do this in the Discord window so I can see where I'm pointing.
Okay.
Okay, can you see this? Is this legible on
Sure,
stream?
Yeah.
Okay, especially
Okay.
now.
Okay, so now let's say we enter through here. Okay.
Yes. Through the arrow.
Let's say
Got
we
it.
Enter through the arrow, okay? And let's say your progression item is here, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, why? And you have to. So why is this room here? This room has 2 items. Why is this room here?
Because
No
it would
reason. They
make
could just
sense
put one
for-
of these. No, but there's 2 items in this one room. They could just put one of these items in this room, and then it justifies its existence. Now,
It doesn't need to not everything has to justify its existence.
but then I'm just gonna be like going through. Okay, and then I'm gonna be circling this room for like 20 minutes. I'm like, I definitely missed something. This is a whole ass room that they just put here. Now, the other problem area, right, is that this is the these are 2 hallways. This is a hallway, and this is a hallway, right? This is the spot that I always search, and there's never anything there. That type of a spot. Where it's at the end of a hallway, like, because I can go all the way up here, nothing,
Nothing.
and then what am I missing? I'm looking up, I'm looking down. All right, guess I didn't get it. And then here triggers the cutscene, and I'm like, well, then I just wasted the whole time because then I didn't even get everything. It just triggered the cutscene.
I
Right,
need
yeah.
I
Like-
need Crub to make money so that we can get a professionally filmed set up multicam of Nico sitting down with people from Capcom with that fucking notebook, asking those questions
no,
to
they-
them.
Why
with a
is this
translator.
room here?
What's with this
Why
fucking
is this
corner in the
room me?
hallway?
And why does this hallway look? The hallway continues. It goes past the point when I get out of the hallway. Why
No, but
does
all
the
I'm
hallway
saying-
continue?
All I'm saying is like maybe
I just want a sad, like, hard crash cut, whatever the fuck, like the art
the
director being
designer?
like, well, we wanted the house to look like a house. You know?
I'm gonna draw a better
No,
like
just that The Office kind of thing where he's just staring at Nico silently, not saying anything. Right, ultra close up of his face, just looking at Nico.
So now if I were designing this, right?
It's just going to be
This
a
is
square
how-
with the item in the center of the room.
No, it's not. No.
So what I would
it's
do
not.
is I would make get rid of all the superfluidity. So we got to get rid of superfluidity.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually like a pretty good way to put it. I think, so look, here's what I would do, right?
Yes.
And this, I put a star by I'll put a star by a couple changes that I made. Okay. Okay, so this is 1, and this is 2. Okay, so that'll be easier than me trying to point at it. Okay.
Yes.
So I've drawn it next to the original diagram, right?
Right.
And
right.
as you
I
can see, I have knocked out this wall,
sure.
right? So that it's one big room that now has 2 items in it,
Yes.
right? And that's point number 1. And number 2, I put an item at the end of that long hallway to
Right.
justify its existence.
Now, here's the thing. What about the long hallway next to that long hallway?
That now has no
Opposite of your
point.
progression item. And
I'm not
also,
gonna lie. I thought about it. I thought about that as soon as I put it up there, and I was just gonna try and let it pass. But I would
Okay,
also put an item there.
all right.
Why
and then
not?
what about the big room where the arrow is, where you come into? There's nothing in that big room. There's just rooms off of that big room.
I suppose I should have put items here. Let me actually.
Oh, maybe this isn't a perfect process after all. huh?
No, it's a good call. It's a good call. So here's a kitchen table that has an item on it, and
Crazy
We're
even
adding
wants you to
furniture
play
now.
the Order 1886. So apparently, it's more designed for your sensibilities.
I'll only play the
It
order.
really
I'll only
is.
play the order 1996.
I see. So
Okay.
you would have put,
So
there
I
you
put
go.
a big table with an item on it, as they usually have, and then I just
Right.
put 2 items at the end of both hallways. If you have a
Now-
long hallway, put an item at the end of it. If you have a porch, put an item on it.
What
If you have
about
any
if we got
ledges,
rid
if
of,
there's ever a ledge, put an item on it.
I just want
like-
to take it a little bit further. Why don't we get rid of some of those walls then?
Well, it has to look like a house, to your guys' point.
Well, I mean, right, if we're talking about the hallway leading into a room that's just another hallway, why not just make that one room? So, like on the left, right, instead of having
Nothing
a
wrong with rooms.
hallway that
Nothing
leads
wrong
to a
with
room,
rooms.
we could just make it one room and get rid of the hallway then.
Nothing
And then that
wrong with
eliminates your concern entirely.
But that's not the issue that I'm getting at, right? The
Mm.
issue that I'm getting at is that if you have the crannies,
right.
put an item in it.
Okay, so can you go back to that first drawing you had and show me where you would put the invisible walls?
Well, the invisible walls are more for porches specifically, because I feel like when I go onto a porch of a house in a game and I go left or right and there's no items there, I'm like, why'd you do it? Why?
Right.
Just and narrow with the porch.
Well, that's
Just-
what I'm asking. So if we were to take that first one and we're keeping right the idea of that core design that we want the items where they are, and we don't want to make the rooms differently, where would you add the invisible walls?
No invisible walls. I'd add items in this case.
But I'm
a
saying,
different-
let's say you can't, right? Let's say for whatever reason there's some,
Okay, yeah,
There's a
resource
memory
that-
overflow. You have too many
Yeah,
items.
we can't do it.
Okay, yeah. I'll
But
show
we
you.
still want to make it meet what you need, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'll
How
show
would
you.
we fix that?
We'll build
I'll
to
show
suit
you.
your taste.
I'll show you. I have it. All right. Any place with hatching is like,
You can't go there.
yeah. But what I'm proposing is like you fill it up with something, right? Diegetic.
Right. It could,
So,
it
like-
could be, a broken
junk
table that doesn't let you go
or,
by.
yeah,
sure.
right,
But it's still
right.
an invisible wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I would do it. Sorry, I missed one.
We would not.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So I would do it. Oh, one more. One more, sorry. Okay, there it is. There it is. This is it. This is it, fellas. This is optimal game design right here. Okay. So this is the first diagram. I've hatched in all of the places.
It's a snake. You made a little snake.
I was super expecting this. Okay, so you would no longer be able to use the room that you think is pointless. We would get rid of the hallway. We'd get rid of most of the other room that the progress item is in, and we would cut off a good half of the room that you start in, making it much more linear in traversal, right?
Yes, sir. If you're not going to have a linear game, give me items.
That just about
also,
sums
it's
it up,
not,
doesn't it?
And also, it wasn't linear. There were two paths, clearly.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. What? Woo!
You guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy.
I'm
so
happy.
Yeah.